guard. And you watch one of the hunters and the guard turn and start to break and start to run away.
Oh, and I have to choose the direction, so I'll just choose that direction, like away.
Okay, so it's like up to the north. Away
Yeah,
from the
it
tent.
has to be a horizontal direction specifically. So
That's weird. Okay.
yeah.
Well, I guess if run up and then they like, what happens? They drop to the ground and start doing bicycle kicks in the air, like.
No, they did a little Homer Simpson.
We'll see what happens if I lie down on my side.
Arik.
So
As
I've
a
got
level?
just the hunter.
You got the hunter and one of the hunters and the guard. The
Okay.
other hunter made it. Tellish made it. Arnis made it.
All right.
As a level 4 spell, I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on the suit of armor.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Good call.
As a level 4,
Yeah. Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. The
And
range
is-
is 120 feet.
as long as it's level 4, it blinks out, right?
Yeah, and if it's higher than that,
You have to
it's,
roll. Okay.
DC 10 plus its spell level.
It is a duel of Osprey up in here, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
Eric steps forward with his holy symbol and he says the magic
Get
word
freaking hype.
and focuses the holy energy on the ethereal suit of armor standing in the way of the tent, and it just instantly blinks out of existence. As
Nice.
quickly as it
Somewhere-
arrived, it's gone.
Nice.
Osprey is like, but didn't you guys just... Oh, whatever.
Oscar's like, make up your mind.
Like,
Make
what
up
are you
your damn
guys
mind.
doing?
Okay.
Oswald likes
jeez.
me more.
Khalil.
Oh, hold on, Eric. I have to also on the other line.
As soon as Zook can see Tellish, he flips him off.
Flipping him off is a free action.
Yes.
No, that uses his whole action for the turn. It's a really elaborate flip off.
Hi.
What
Hey
are you
guy.
doing? What are you doing?
Hey guy. What's up? I'll give you 3 guesses, Brick Road. The first two don't count.
Giving him a noogie? Well, I mean, with that 5, what are you doing with that 5?
Not a damn thing. Let's try extra attack.
Okay. That's
Oh. Are you fucking real? Are
You guys,
you
we're-
fucking real?
We're in a pretty good D&D campaign.
you walk into the tent, all menacing, like with your longsword drawn, and Tellish stands stoically at the back of the tent, and you slash at him twice, and you put 2 gashes in the tent behind him.
Nice.
Maybe Basmar was right. Maybe we can't take this guy.
We can't.
Orphan.
Mm-hmm. All right.
My first roll was a 13. I'm assuming that missed.
I thought your first roll was a 4. Or
No, it was 5 plus 8, which is 13.
oh yeah, that missed.
Okay.
So for my movement, I drag Lady Arnis further,
Okay.
and then I'm going to try and non-lethally take her out. I don't know. I assume you just want me to attack a few times.
Karate chopper.
Yeah, you'll have
Yeah.
to roll to hit.
Okay.
Actually,
Does that release the grapple though?
it does. You'll have to release the grapple to attack her.
Be right back.
I mean,
That's
you
fine.
want to try to choke her out? That happens in movies a lot, I hear.
Yeah. But I get the drag first, right?
Yeah, you can drag her around, but you have to release the
Okay.
grapple to...
That's fine. Actually, are there rules for trying to choke someone out?
They're not. We'll have to...
Okay.
I'll come up with something on the spot.
Orphan's too
I-
innocent.
I don't think I have the strength to do that, so I'll just attack her a few times.
Crush your window.
Okay. You start beating on this poor defenseless mayor.
Yeah. So that's a
She's defenseless now.
A
She ain't cast
27.
another spell.
27 and a 10. I don't think the 10 will hit.
10 does not hit, but 27 does. So roll the damage on that.
Okay.
Get her out so I can cast Fireball.
That's a 7. And then I'll burn a key point and
Yeah, drop a fireball right on
2
Khalil's
more
head. That's
unarmed.
pretty hilarious.
I shouted to nuke the
I
tent
don't
so
think
we
he-
could see him.
That
This
guy's
is
a
third-
judgmental dick.
What was the other roll?
Yep.
There was a 3. That doesn't hit.
Yeah, it's a 13.
No, that doesn't hit. And the 5 is a what?
The 5 is a 13.
Okay, neither of those hit. So she takes 7.
Yeah.
And you start karateing the Lady Mayor.
I really thought I'd be able to take her out in one turn with 4 attacks, but I guess not.
Okay.
It's almost like she has some kind of assassin training.
Alright.
Go figure.
Guard flees.
Poor innocent woman.
Nodal's gonna be so smug about being right about her being an assassin.
See, I'm not 100% certain she is an assassin.
I
But
don't think she is. I think she's just sleeping with the guy who she doesn't want to admit is an assassin.
Lady Mayor
Yeah,
looks back
I'm
at the
thinking
tent,
too.
the back of the
I
pavilion
just
where
think
Tellish is,
I
and
just
looks
think
at
she knows.
looks at Orphan, looks at the people congregating here, and then she says a magic word and bamps out of existence.
Wait, the Lady Mayor does?
Yep.
What does she cast that as?
What does she cast that as?
Well, yeah, what level?
Level 4.
No, she doesn't.
But she doesn't do that. She tries to cast a spell. She says the magic word, and she looks very surprised that she hasn't gone anywhere.
Gee, how?
Eldove looks really smug, by the way.
I missed something, but I imagine it's great.
Is that a reaction from Eldove?
Yeah, that is a reaction, so she can only do
smug
it.
as a reaction.
Oh no, I can't, because I already used the counterspell as a reaction, so the smug
Yeah.
can't be a reaction. It's
The
both
smug is a
and
free action. That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I don't feel
Khalil.
so bad about not learning counterspell now.
Yo,
This is gonna hurt.
I bet it is.
Like, a lot. I'm sorry.
I bet.
Tellish has his holy symbol in one hand, and he reaches out with the other
Yeah.
to get a grip on your shoulder.
Okay.
Your AC is 18.
Yep.
That just barely hits.
Of course it does.
One.
It's always just barely hits with you, Brick Road.
You're the only one with a high armor class. Well, no, Tarin's got a pretty crazy armor class, too. Everybody else
Yeah,
just
it
gets
does.
regular hit. Alright, so second, third. I'm going to have to roll one of these
I really
again.
hope this doesn't do 66 points of damage in one shot.
I don't think it can do 66 points of damage, unfortunately.
Good. Second
20
wind is about to get some use.
29 points.
Ow!
He reaches forward and grabs on your shoulder, and you try to juke out of the way, but he's faster than you.
Yeah.
And you feel just something very sharp enter into your shoulder, and you watch as like this glowing mist-like energy travels down the length of his arm and into the wounds, and it's agony like you've never felt. It feels like just pure pain is rushing, just shooting down the muscles in your arm.
Yeah.
And then he suddenly lets you go.
Ow. Khalil does not look happy.
And then he goes to run. You can use a reaction.
Fuck
here.
yeah.
Okay, let's see it.
But the
I'm very confident you can't hit him the way you've been rolling.
I know, right? I'm gonna burn superiority die with this.
Okay. For what?
I'm going to use tripping attack.
Nice. That what knocks him prone?
Yeah, he gets a strength save
Okay.
to be knocked prone, but I gotta hit him first. So that's gonna be the tricky part. 13.
That's well, yeah, but you get to add your superiority die to hit, don't you?
It's to damage.
To damage. So no, you missed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
God, like I am just sucking tonight. It's just like everything has been miserable for Khalil tonight.
And he runs out of the tent, and he sees Arik over here, and sees one of the rangers, and he looks very surprised that you all have him surrounded. And he shouts out something to the effect, something villainous, like, "You won't get away with this. I'll see you all dead." Blah blah blah. You know how it
Captain
goes.
Basmar sends his regards.
Oh, that was cold. Tarin.
Ooh, good stuff.
Armades.
Ow!
God,
God.
God.
Was that
Went
an
full
attack?
demon. Went
Did you
full
go Sonic?
demon.
Tarin, what are you doing?
I am making 2 attacks with my packed weapon.
Okay.
So Tarin runs around, closes on him, and finally uses his friggin' sword. So that'll
Nice.
be a
Those both hit
Why can't I
Okay.
roll like that?
because you're using pink
that's
dice.
plus 5. So 10 damage for the first and 13 for the second.
23 all told.
23. Nice.
That's the end of Tarin's turn. I'm completely out of magic. I should have rested before we did this.
And I mean, you just go ham on him. You land some really hard attacks, and you feel your packed weapon just gouging into him. Tarin, you
my
have an
base
AC.
of brown now.
Tarin, 7 damage.
AC. Okay.
This ranger over here fires 2 arrows in your direction. One goes wide, the other one catches you just as you finish dragging your blade through the good priests. This other ranger here, Eldove.
Wait, the good.
But didn't he run?
Yeah, that ranger's running.
That ranger is running, you're right. Thanks for reminding me. I say you, he gone. They're not rangers, guys, they're hunters. Zook.
Oh, hey, look, somebody's standing next to a guy I want to shoot with an arrow.
Oh, whatever
Much
shall
obliged.
I do?
Much obliged, buddy.
That'll hit.
Hey, that's the number.
All
Yeah,
right.
that is a good number.
Oh, and now Tabletop Simulator will just not crash on me. It would be fantastic. It keeps wanting to. All right, so my
That is-
base
Go ahead.
base damage is 4 plus 6, so that's a 10.
So 10 total?
No.
He's like, I get to roll like 8 more dice.
Yeah, I get to roll like all of more dice. Like every more dice.
That's a lot of dice, man.
And we
Get
have
the
one
German
more next level.
suplex.
Let me
Probably
fix these
maybe-
two.
Put a little bit of English on him, man.
Try not to land them on the corner.
Okay, so what's the total of that?
Let's see. That's 10, 16, and the other two. So that's 26 total.
Nice. You put
Let's count as twos.
an arrow, and you shoot it at Tellish. And Tellish is still reeling from the Warlock's blows. This arrow,
Hero.
to bring back an old classic, blasts right through his knee. Enters in the back of the knee and blows out the kneecap, and he falls to the ground crying out in pain. And he drops to the ground in front of Tarin, and he's looking extremely beat up. He's bleeding.
Oh,
He's got
yeah,
a grievous wound in his leg, and now it's Eldove's turn.
I should have said non-lethal when I was doing that.
Oh, he's
I wanted
not
to keep
dead.
This fucker alive.
He's not dead.
Yeah, Eldove doesn't really have a super lot of non-lethal abilities. So what he's going to do is, whose turn is coming up?
Eric's.
Eric's right up to you.
Eric and myself.
Eric, what are you planning on doing? Alright, you took too long. I cast haste on Khalil and
At what level?
Tarin. At level 3.
Counterspelled.
I use my movement action to flip off the Lady Mare.
Hey, if you let her run away.
Yeah, if you would have let her dimension door out of there, it wouldn't have happened.
Can I use my reaction to counterspell her counterspell?
No.
Where does that land on the stack?
See, okay, I guess that's why I should know counterspell.
Well, that's funny. Yeah, that actually would have worked, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if you just let her dimension door away, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Yeah,
And it's funny because just
yeah,
yesterday I
bro.
called Destil a nerd
You
for
really-
tweeting about Magic the Gathering too much. He had like
Yeah, see-
five tweets in a row that were just pictures of Magic cards. I'm like, no, I can't let this stand. I have to step in here.
Those were really good magic cards. That
Yeah,
was a great
she's got like
skill
9 islands on tap. What the fuck are you thinking?
Alright,
Eldove,
well,
are you gonna move? Are you sufficiently humiliated now?
no, Eldove is... Hey man, as long as she wants to keep burning her spell slots, I'm cool with
We've
it.
got, neither of the sorcerers in this fight have done much of anything except counterspell each other.
In my head, it's like the magic equivalent of a slap fight. Just-
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Sorry, are you moving anywhere?
Just frowning at each other. Yeah, no, I'm happy where I am.
Eric,
Uh,
you can finish
I
this
yell-
right now.
I yell at Tellish to submit.
And he grits his teeth and growls something at you, and he just says, never.
All I needed to hear.
All right.
Smack him around.
Yelled by Osprey.
Listen, killing Tellish is probably the most good act you could do. Killing all these other characters. The little boy's being manipulated. Let's string him up, or whatever these people wanted to do. This you can have with a clean
I
conscience.
am going to kill Tellish. Do not
Okay,
worry.
excellent.
I just want to figure out the best way to do it.
Oh,
Yep.
that's true. I did do one thing this fight. I cast a non-lethal compulsion.
That's right, you
So-
did. You got. I mean, you guys dispersed most of the other guys without killing them. That was really nice. The 2 guards,
Yeah.
not so much. But
Knock them out, though.
Well, I mean, they're not.
are these guards dead or are these guards knocked out? These guys are knocked
They're
out.
not-
They're
knocked
knocked
out.
out.
That's fair
I
enough.
said, I said beforehand that I was not looking to kill him.
See, how is Arik going to end this?
Eric's gonna fucking kill him.
It's gonna miss.
Probably.
You can
I'm
always
just gonna do a straight up attack on his ass then.
He is
Yeah,
prone
so here's
though.
the thing.
He
If
is
we
prone?
can't take
Yeah,
him
he's on the
unconscious,
ground.
Lady Mayor's just
Alright.
gonna forgive him.
so you have advantage because he's prone.
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
1. Come on, let me see 1.
Okay, what does that hit?
14 or no?
Plus 6 is 12.
It's 12.
I love this game.
Yeah.
And
that-
then you can use a bonus action to smack him with the other half of your halberd because you
I-
have full arm feat.
I'll tell you what. I am going to use a little bit of GM fiat here. And say
Really?
that his armor class is 12 for this one attack. Because it's so thematically
It's poetic.
appropriate
Yeah.
for Arik to finish off this corrupt priest. Like, we all know that this other McDohl that we found can't roll dice to save his life. Neither of them can. Like, did you guys get together and conspire? Hey, let's neither of us roll higher than a 6 all game.
This
Yeah, I
is
know,
what
right?
happens when you keep a McDohl past its good date.
It is. We need,
We need to kill them off and get a new one.
we need to go
Yeah,
find
you
some
do
new
McDohls.
McDohls. So I'm accepting applications for new McDohls. If anybody in chat wants to...
Don't worry, about to roll 1 for my damage, so... There we
Big
go.
shit.
There it
You're
is.
gonna wedge it between the dudes.
Oh, Tarish blocked.
Let me ask you this, Arik. Your intention is to kill him?
Yeah, I'm sick of... Like,
Then,
fuck him.
so he's
He's
dead.
doing all these evil things. with
Describe
his-
how he dies.
Make it good, man.
I take my glaive, and I just do a coup de grace.
Like how?
Right.
Like
Like, what do you... Like, how in depth should I go? Like...
Head off the
Let's
bottom,
hear
man.
it.
as far as you want.
Alright,
Like,
well... I take
Release
my
some of that pent-up frustration with the Church of Osprem.
I take my glaive, I sort of hold it a little awkwardly, but I go full on like batter swing, and I just completely hack his head off in
Counterspell.
one fell swoop. Counterspell.
No. You knock his head off his body. And the last exchange in his life was you offered him mercy and he said never, and then you walked forward and just knock his head off. And you hear, when Arnis sees this, you hear this cry of just grief and anguish, and she sinks to the ground to her knees. Wait, she doesn't, because Eldove counterspells that, I'm sure. No.
Wait, is she magically sinking?
She falls to her knees as she's crying with anguish. Now that you've
Yeah,
beheaded
you just killed her butt, buddy.
Khalil,
She's awfully depressed for someone who's going to abandon him a second
What's
ago.
up?
it's your turn.
It is my turn, isn't it? We still have the one guy who is
There's a
Tarin is
ranger.
going to-
There's a ranger
when
off to
she's
the
doing
side.
This, Tarin is going to say as a free action, call off your men. And he's going to point his sword at Lady Mare.
And she looks at the ranger, and her face is just red with tears. And she nods, and the ranger lowers his bow. Hunter, not ranger. You guys have got me saying it now.
He'll come out of the tent and look at this ranger, and if he starts
Hunter.
deciding he's gonna whatever the hell it is, gonna stare at this guy, and if he hasn't attacked yet, so I'm not gonna attack him yet. But if he decides, you know what, fuck it, then you know what, fuck it. So there you go. That's
Okay.
So basically, I'm just coming out of the den.
So these people were asleep beforehand when we came by. So Eldove is just going to say, and before anyone gets any ideas to save the Lady Mayor from the evil band of brigands, I have a letter here from the captain of the guards and the head magic user at the keep, explaining that Telish is the head of a guild of assassins that has been operating in town.
And when you speak those words, like, you just see this look of resignation on Arnis's face. Like, she's just sunken at this point.
And Tarin's just going to walk over to her, and he's going to look at her very hard and say, Basmir will be properly tried. And that's it. He's going to sheath his sword and dust his hands off and go find his horse.
What do you guys do? Oh, the horses are freaking gone, man. The horses ran off. You guys didn't say you tied them up, so fuck your horses. No, the horses are still here.
Okay, Raya.
What do you...
I'm just thinking.
Wait, what?
No, nothing.
Oh, okay, yeah,
yeah,
I got it. Yeah, let's
that
just...
thread, yeah.
Alright.
What do you guys do with the Lady Mayor?
Well, first of all, let's go.
First, I'm going to apologize to her. I'm sorry that I had to treat you that way.
Sorry I didn't successfully knock you out.
Yeah, I'm sorry that that I had to handle you roughly. I thought that you might be in danger.
And she doesn't respond. I mean, she's just sobbing at this point, and she looks over at Telish's beheaded body laying next to the pavilion.
Is she looking at Zook, frisking him?
You're frisking him, like searching the body?
Searching
Detect
body.
magic.
Oh,
He didn't
wait,
have a whole
yeah.
lot on him. Because, I mean, you guys roused him from sleep.
Speaking of, I'm going to check the tent.
Damn
Going
it.
into the tents. And detecting magic. There is some good shits. Maybe.
Are these the two
You come
NPCs
across
that got
their
to keep
various-
their magic items?
You come across their various equipment. What stands out to you most is, first of all, you find Arnis's spellbook.
Damn. Wait, so she's not a sorcerer?
She is. She's dual classed. She was born a sorcerer, and she took levels in wizard.
What a fucking... Oh.
I know, right?
A Mary Sue? Sorry,
Yeah.
but that's going to be the word that
I was going to say suboptimal choice, but whatever.
I was going to say class traitor.
Class trader.
That's traitor.
So she's the same class build as Vorpal Edge, except she's got more class levels. Actually, I don't think she does. I think in our game, Saturday game, we're much higher level than she is. You find a necklace with all different kinds of gems, all different colors, and a very thin silver cord. There are 5 gems of various colors, and that is radiating magic. You also find a cloak radiating magic. And these are both inside the pavilion. The cloak is actually laying on the bedroll next to where you found Telish.
That seems cool.
So what's done with Arnes? Like, once you guys has moved from here?
Let's
Does
ride
one-
her on a
we should-
horse and bring her back to town.
Yeah, we
I mean,
escort
does
her
she-
back.
How does she react to all of this after does she still just sobbing, or?
She's resigned to
I think
your care, basically.
we should bring her to the queen to stand trial. I do not believe that she is innocent of all these crimes. I think she knew about it.
So we have one vote to move to Care Tyrell.
Yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
Eldove on this.
Also, fuck that town.
And does anybody want to take her back to Garreton? Yeah,
No,
let's not go
but,
back to Garreton. That's just where our ship is.
We'll go back.
We'll go back to her eventually.
Gotcha.
We'll go back with the queen's thanks.
I mean, I can always just cast Sending. Okay, here's the one thing I do want to do. I want to cast Ascending after I get my spell slots back, and let SQ know that he'll be able. I suspect he'll be able to try Basmire properly.
So you send the sending to Askew?
Yep.
When does that happen?
After I get an hour to rest.
Okay, so
Probably
not yet.
actually. Yeah.
we have
That's where we find
we
out
have
the
something
queen
more
is
immediate on the
actually-
table right now. Like, you guys are gathering Arnes up, and you're going to take her to Care Tyrell to stand trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
Okay.
find out everything she knows about
Bring.
this dude.
We should bring Telish's body too.
Okay.
Yeah, are we gonna speak with Dead with it?
Well, I think they might want to as evidence.
In that case, I'll gentle repose it.
Who has how are you transporting them?
Do they have horses here?
Oh, yeah.
They had to have had something. Like,
You have more than enough horses right now because you all came here on your own horse, and then they had horses here. So however many horses
Do they have
you
a
want.
wagon?
How else would they carry the
Yeah,
pavilion?
they probably would have needed a wagon to carry the pavilion and all the
well-
supplies.
We'll
So we should
tie
put
her
the
up,
Lady Mayor
put her in the
wagon.
wagon.
So you're gonna put her in the wagon?
Yep, and I'm gonna stand guard over her with my fucking counterspell to see if she feels like. So yeah.
I was looking up your
hands-
passive perception. I'm like, if he doesn't say he's gonna prevent it, I'm gonna have her dimension door away.
Hands fucking tied, mouth folded,
Yeah, put a gag in her
gagged.
mouth. Yeah. Because otherwise she'll dimension door if it's only verbal.
Actually, I think she probably had you beat in spell slots, Eldove. I think she probably could have just tried it over and over until it happened.
Yeah, if she's a big multi-class, she'll have a ton of spell slots. She just want very good spells.
The best spell she had was Cloud Kill, and Eldove counterspelled it. Because he's a son of a bitch!
Wait, would you say I was a cloud kill killer?
Well, I still got you guys with the Cloud Kill because I came up with the thing to put under the door. So I still Cloud Killed your dumbasses. That happened.
What was that? Was that like a potion or like?
That was a bag, a one-time use magic item. When opened, it released a Cloud Kill spell, basically.
That's pretty cool.
That filled an
That's
area.
pretty cool.
And it was
like that.
created by Arnes in her alchemy lab. So,
Son of a bitch, you tried to kill us.
I gotta get Evander on that.
oh yeah, there's some.
you guys keep talking about Evander like he's anywhere. That does bring us to the end of the adventure. So next week we're going to Caer Tyrell
All
to have her stand trial. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Sounds about
A few
right, I
things
guess.
happen when you arrive at Caer Tyrell. You bring the information about the Assassin's Guild. Arnes is found not guilty.
Alright.
There is no particular evidence that she aided this guild. She was deeply in love with Tellish, and she made the case that she was entranced under his spell and was forced to do things against her will. She is removed from her post as mayor of Garreton. Armax is put into that position.
Oh, Amarx is rad.
Yeah,
so
we're
that's
good
cool.
with that.
Okay.
Not like we have a say in it.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
right?
you really don't. Yeah, so that happens. How much downtime are we spending in Caer Tyrell? Because I really don't want to do next session running around inside the town. I'd rather do like a
Tarin-
dungeon hack next session.
Tarin wants to meet 4 or 5 people who would be good recipients for sendings and or dreams.
Well, Eldove has contacts in town, so...
I just
So-
need to be introduced to important people. That's it. And I have my
Eldove is
position
more
of
than willing
privilege.
to meet his captain to
I
introduce
have
his captain. to-
yeah,
Eldove,
we'll
you
discuss the
have...
position of privilege it.
Let me open up fantasy name generator here, and you're going to want to make a note of this person, Eldove, because you might need him later.
Mhm.
So give me 1 second here.
And Nodal, I'm sorry I killed your sister with a banana.
Ah, you fucking fruit murderer. That's what I should have been learned. I joked at the time, but I
Fruit
need to
murderer?
learn.
He did.
I
say
need to
fruit
learn
murderer.
how to disarm a banana fiend.
Counter banana.
This is a
Yeah,
great
banana.
horrible name. I love this horrible name. Nodal, you have a contact, a merchant, a trader in Caer Tyrell. Very old man in his 70s. He's been doing business for years and years, and you knew him by reputation doing business out of Dunfoss, and you finally met him for the first time when you came to Caer Tyrell. This would have been, what did I say, 8 years ago? I think I said 8 years ago.
You did.
And he is a member of the Queen's Court, and he is considered one of her inner circle, one of her advisors. Great man, very, very wealthy. His name is Freeleaf of Culster.
Freeleaf of Culster.
I love this name.
All right.
I love it.
It was either that or Erdnoth of Dunport. And I'm like, well, I can't have a Dunport and a Dunfoss. That would just be ridiculous.
Well, Dunport is the
Isn't
main
it
city
Erdnot?
of
so
Dunfoss.
ridiculous.
Did you say his name is It would have been
Yeah,
Erdnot?
Dunport is
Erdnoth.
the main city of Dunfoss.
Oh,
like
I was
that's.
gonna
I thought you knew
Erdnot.
that.
I
Eldove,
didn't realize we were on freaking Tuchanka here.
after the sun comes up, you receive, through the sending stone, Humberth sends you a message saying that they checked in on your sister and that she was fine.
Rad. I tell him we captured the head of the Guild of Assassins here, and murdered him actually.
And I mean, he
And
doesn't...
that I thank
Well,
him for
technically you
looking
did
us.
capture his head. I mean, you have his head in a bag.
I mean, he was captured for the time between when he fell to the ground and when Arik finished him off.
Right.
He was briefly captured.
So, I don't know if you want to expedite. It sounds like you want to expedite role playing for this town. I'm gonna make a criminal contact in.
You don't
town
need to. You receive a message after you're in town for a couple of days.
Okay.
Through the Guild of Shadows, a message comes, and it's a letter.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, "I know what you were looking for in Kiska. This is, here's the name of a man who can help you." And it has a character's name that I haven't come up with yet. I guess I'll just re-roll on this fantasy name generator.
Oh boy, here we go.
It's gonna be like Kumquat Umlaut.
Aethelmod.
That was close.
Aethelmod is the name. Aethelmod. Mod?
Okay.
And the letter is just signed A with a period.
Okay. Well, I want to, through the channel that I got that letter, I want to send back a report on making contact, and carrying out that job.
Okay. And what else did I want to do real quick here?
I had a question.
Do you have a question?
Caer Tyrell, is that further south than Garden, or?
It's further inland. I don't know that it's further south. It's
further
closer.
inland.
Yeah, it's no
Okay.
closer to the border of Ice World than before.
All right.
I'm going to open up chat here while we're doing the wrap up.
I had two things I would like to do.
I
I
had
know,
a thing
but
I'd like to do as well.
I'm going to do Tarin last because I think his things are going to take up the most time.
That's cool.
What was Arik wanting to do?
He's obviously going to church and repenting for a few sins he bore witness to
Okay.
during this adventure.
There is not a
Like-
Church of Ostrom in Caer Tyrell.
Really?
There's a Church of Ostrom in Garreton specifically because it's a lakeside town.
I can let you talk to one of the priests there for up to 8 hours.
I mean, a church of another god will hear your repentance. I mean, it would not be out of bounds to go to another church just because
All right.
your god's church is not available. Like, she will not.
Yeah.
Dude, your god's been bullshit so far. You might want to swap.
Damn.
Okay, so that's what you were doing is repentance.
Yeah. She's
Okay.
she makes everything smell fishy. How can you hate that?
Zook, what else would you looking to do? Just send the message back. That was it.
Send a message back, and and then the person so this contact that I got the name for, that's back in Kiska, or
That's in
this
Caer
town?
Tyrell.
Okay. Well, I mean, I want to go talk to this person, but I can do that next week if you want.
We're not doing anything in Caer Tyrell next week. We're skipping over Caer
Okay.
Tyrell entirely. That's why I'm fast forwarding through all the downtime. Seeking out that person in town. He is an enchanter that has a very rare enchantment formula
Okay.
that he can enchant a +1 rapier
Fuck yeah.
Yay!
On that shit.
for 3,300 gold.
I'll make that happen. I'm sure. I think I can make that happen.
You
Okay.
have more than enough gold.
Yeah. The problem is a lot of it is in my footlocker.
Okay.
But I mean,
I'll spot you some of it if necessary.
yeah.
But just to be clear, this squares you with Amina. You no longer can call in a favor from her. She gave you something in return for what you gave her.
That's a damn good favor. No, I'm totally cool with that.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, let me also can I also use my criminal contact to send her a thanks, basically?
Not really necessary. You mean
Yeah,
she asked you for something and you delivered, and this
Yeah.
is her repaying the favor.
While
Fair
we're
enough.
on the subject of favors,
In
Do we-
our conversation.
do we get anything in return from the queen for taking out this assassin who's planning on killing her?
You don't get to meet with the queen face to face. She's still in mourning over her husband. Well, what kind of favor were you looking for?
Honestly, just the recognition.
I mean,
I think
yeah.
that's the most valuable thing to our party at the moment.
Oh, I mean, clearly, when your names, when you're the ones who bring this Assassin's Guild down and clear Garreton's reputation, I mean, you'll be hailed in heroes in Garreton, in particular, like no problem. And I mean, yeah, I'll figure something out. Let's
You
see
said
here.
it would be 3,300 to get this sword.
Yes, 3,300.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take that out of my platinum in my footlocker. with the understanding that Nodal spotted me that, and that'll be all squared next time we get back to the ship. I'm just going to go, just to make it simpler, I'm just going to take it out of my footlocker platinum. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he enchants your rapier, and he explains that the formula for enchanting rapiers is much, much rarer than that of, say, long swords and axes, simply because people don't tend to use rapiers in combat. They're typically like gentlemen's weapons, and he thinks it's kind of strange that you want to enchant this weapon, but hey, you know what? Gold is gold.
It's my best weapon now. Well, it's my best close range weapon by far, so yay.
Okay.
Eldove approves of your choice of weapon.
Khalil,
Yo.
what would you like to do during downtime? Anything? Nothing?
No, it's Khalil's still trying to figure out what the hell to make of Tarin, but he can't really investigate Tarin when we're not back at the ship.
Aw, Khalil and Tarin are frenemies. Alright,
Yeah.
that an Orphan, what are you doing during downtime? Or did I already do Orphan?
No, you didn't. So, question before I answer that.
Yeah.
How far away from Caer Tyrell is the next adventure planned for?
Next adventure will probably be... Well, let me put this way, because I don't want to be presumptuous. What is the next adventure? Like, where is everybody's goal from here?
Dream Speakers.
My
Dream
sister's
Speakers?
fine, so I'm thinking Flumph.
Heading up
We
into the
already
mountains
went
to go to the Dream Speakers monasteries?
Probably
Okay.
return to the ship first to get Fred.
Oh,
Get
that's
all the
fine.
provisions.
If you want to send for Fred, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll stay in town. Fred can come to us.
Okay.
Where are these dream speakers? Where are we going?
High up in the mountains.
Once I say we'll send for Fred, he can come to us. You just hear the sound of Brickroad throwing 50 die on the table. It dies halfway through.
Oh, Fred's
I don't know anything-
going to level. He'll be level 7 for next week, so that's good.
What you'll have to explain to me these dream speakers.
Oh, you weren't there.
Yeah.
So when I explained these dreams to Fred, he said that we needed to go and talk to the Flumphs, who are dream speakers, and they would be able to understand it. And that they were the ones that sent him on his grand adventure to come meet us.
Flumph dream speakers?
There's
Yep.
a monastery full of them.
Oh,
In the
hell
mountains,
yeah. This is going to
with
be
the
awesome.
Underdark between us and them.
Well, you don't have to
Nice.
travel through the Underdark to get to the monastery. You can climb the mountains, but that will be treacherous
we will,
enough.
though. We're going into the Underdark, goddammit.
All right, so
Right,
now we'll
so-
come to Orphan. Well,
Okay. Whatever.
So, as for how long it will take to get there, probably next week we will do traveling to the mountains, and I'll whip up like a dungeon crawl or something. Kind of set aside from the main story for a week, just to kind of decompress after this adventure, which took 3 sessions. And then the week after that will probably be in the monastery, so it'll be a lot more role-playing and such.
Alright, cool.
So, it'll probably take us 2 sessions to clear through the monastery. Because I do want to sit down and design a dungeon this week.
And just for the record, what were the magic items?
Yeah, that was one of the things I was going to do. I'll buy 3
Oh,
pearls
yeah,
and
yeah,
have
we need-
Eldove identify
I
those and
need
the dagger.
diamonds.
Okay.
In case one of you motherfuckers dies on me. I need
Dagger.
diamonds.
You need diamonds. Okay.
I'll have Fred bring the dagger. when
The
he
diamond
comes with us.
costs 100, I think. Look up in the book
Yeah,
under
it's-
Revivify. It'll say how much of these be worth.
Yeah.
300.
Okay, so go ahead. You can buy as many as you want. You can find a jewel cutter in town who can sell you up to probably 6, unless you're going to be in town much longer than that. He'll have to send out to get more.
Ooh, my po ass is broke.
Eldove recommends talking to the captain before you purchase their diamonds.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
you can probably take that from the horde. That seems like a party item, not a you item.
Yeah, I'll have Fred bring money and pearls with him from the ship then.
Okay.
Yay.
Now-
How many diamonds do you want? 4? How much were they each? Make the math easy.
It says under the spell how much they cost. I just don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, it was 300.
300, so
We'll
1800.
get 3.
900.
Yep.
Sounds good.
So downtime actions for Orphan. And if any of you guys think of any other downtime actions throughout the week, just like I am me or something, and we can make it happen off screen. We don't need to...
What can we ID these magic items while we're in town?
Yes. Tarin.
Maybe I can ID magic items.
Khalil
anywhere.
would probably want to talk with Tarin some more about what his intentions are, and basically Khalil's still trying to figure out what his deal is, if he's actually not like just pulling some major long con here.
The dagger.
To fully understand it, you'd have to explain 4-dimensional
I
math.
want to know what the dagger is.
The dagger that you pulled out of the headboard. It's a +3 dagger.
Ooh.
Jesus.
And it requires
shit.
attunement.
You just wasted like 6,000 gold pieces on the rapier. I'm sorry, buddy.
God damn it! I should have done that first because I kind of want that dagger.
Well,
now,
the
too.
rapier doesn't require attunement. The dagger does.
Also, the rapier is a 1d8 +1, +5, +1 now, and the dagger, unless it is also.
It's a D4 +3. It's also +3 to your hit rolls. It's amazing.
Yeah.
This is like the most powerful magic item we've ever seen as a group,
Yeah.
by far.
Okay, so who wants to take the dagger, and do they attune to it?
My money's on Zook.
Can you attune to more than one item at a time?
You
or
can
just
attune to
one?
3 magic items at one time.
I
I'll
have
take
to
it.
run to the head real quick.
I'll totally take it, and if anyone wants to use a rapier, I mean, I guess maybe I can make the dagger my main melee weapon.
Okay, so
I recommend.
right now you're just attuned to the invisible amulet. That's the only one you're attuned to.
Yeah, no, so I can attune to something else. So
Yes.
Sure.
Did we get that necklace appraised, or is it just a necklace of gemstones?
We're doing that now.
Yeah, we're doing that right now.
So
I'm
I
identifying
removed
the object.
McClain. I removed the dagger from the party loot. Be sure to add it to your inventory.
I'm working on it. Yep.
And
Oh, Jesus.
and I've also juggled around the spell components. You guys are all carrying around the spell components you need for your spells now, instead of them being on the ship. Fred brought them.
The cloak is a cloak of etherealness. You're told... Are you guys identifying this on your own, or did you have to hire somebody?
I'm identifying them.
Okay. When you identify the cloak, you get a strong vision of being able to put this cloak on and then entering a world of mists, a world that's barely there. Like, it still looks like the world around you, but you step sideways into this world of mists, and as long as you wear it and speak that command word, until you speak the command word to dismiss the effects, you will be in the ethereal plane. This will allow you to do things like move through solid objects, walk through walls, and whatnot.
But we can't do anything while we're in the ethereal plane.
You can only interact with ethereal objects.
Right. However, you being a sorcerer, you being from this world, you have like a vague understanding that there are other planes that touch this one, but everything you've ever learned about them has been very vague, but everything is being reinforced by the idea that sidestepping to another plane is extremely dangerous. Powerful wizards and mages have gone to explore this ethereal plane and have either vanished from existence or come back and have just been reduced to gibbering madness. There's something there that is incredibly frightening and powerful.
I asked Tarin what it is.
And he gets an onion out and he's like, well... Tarin, the world you're from, and being a warlock, whether or not you've done any work with the ethereal plane, I'll leave that up to you, but you did not receive the same sensation in training that it was a place of great danger. You know it to be more of like a tool.
The deep ethereal is basically just where you go. I mean, that's where you hang out. You know, the kids at the mage college go there to smoke, basically.
Right.
But
From
the
where
deep ethereal is dangerous, but the normal ethereal, it's just...
Yeah, to you, it's like sidestepping into the ethereal lets you like walk through solid objects and things. But when Nodal shares this information about how dangerous the place is, that's something that you haven't come across before. That's something in your studies you haven't come across.
It's a place that's practically utilitarian. He doesn't even he barely considers it a place. It's more a state of being.
And
Yeah,
then
so-
there was the necklace, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I recommend we cast Raised End.
What I'm doing is I'm looking in the DMG to see if any of these magic items are actually in the 5th edition DMG, and I don't think they are. the cloak wasn't. There's no cloak of etherealness in there. Oh, this one is, though. Nodal,
Necklace of gender bending.
what you're holding, this necklace has 5 different gems on it. And it's a necklace of fireballs.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And when you speak the command word, one of the gems will be consumed, and you can throw a fireball from it. A 3rd level fireball spell.
And if you take extra gems off, you add to the level, right?
No, it's just straight up, there's 5 gems,
Oh,
each one can
okay.
throw a 3rd level fireball. I'm not going to complicate things. The Cloak of the Etherealness will require attunement. The necklace does not. It just requires a command word.
And it gets 5 casts, and then they don't
Yep, and then
recharge or anything. They're just done.
They do not recharge or anything. They're just spent. They're gone, and you have a thin silver chain left.
How much is it worth? I can cast fireballs all day long, man.
How much is it worth?
Yeah.
You.
I'll take it.
This is something that would be very difficult to sell on the open market.
I'm not on the open market.
I mean, on any market. Buying and selling magic items, like we've established, this is not a thing that... Like, magic items don't have a price in this world. You'd have to find somebody and negotiate a price with it. There is no ye old magic shop to sell it to. I mean, you have other characters in the group that can't cast fireballs at will.
I have a pretty good
but
good
they're all
missiles
bullshit.
already. I mean,
Okay.
did you say the plus on those plus items also goes to the hit dice too?
Oh, yeah. It's to hit and to damage.
Oh man, I've been cheating myself out of a point on my +1 short bow.
Good job. So that was
I'm fine with anyone taking the necklace. I would probably be the best character for the cloak, but that's up to everybody else too. I don't really want, like... I'm not super attached to it, but I take it.
Hey, man, it's more thematic that goes to you.
Okay. So who's taking the cloak? Tarin?
Tarin can take the cloak.
Zook's taking the dagger? Who's taking the necklace?
Yes.
How long does the cloak last after I activate it?
Nodal identified it, and he's very vague as to how long. Like I told Nodal, like every story he's heard of wizards traveling to the ethereal, either they tend to fade away and not come back, or they come back and they're driven mad. So there will really be no way to tell for sure without putting it on and saying the command word.
Does he know if the command word deactivates it once it's activated?
He says it will.
Okay.
So you wear it,
That's
you
all
say
I
the
need to
command word. So that took care of everybody but Tarin, yes? As far as downtime goes?
No, Orphan didn't get her turn.
Okay.
Okay. She just does the usual, wandering around, seeing all of the amazing sights.
And
hopefully there aren't, like, freaking brothels and Nazis and stuff hanging around in here or something.
you don't get the
And
same
brothel,
reception that you got in Kiska or in Garrett. You're in you're much larger, like cosmopolitan town. Not as big as somewhere like Dunfoss, but Tieflings are not super rare in this part of the world. And you see one or two walking the streets in town, in this town of thousands of people. So, like, you're a curious sight, but they don't regard you with suspicion or immediate hatred like you found out in the boondocks.
Nice.
Did they buy her drinks because she saved the queen?
Nich reminded me of something that happened in a Planescape game once that I think I'm going to do again right here tonight.
What's that?
Because there's a marketplace in town, if everybody wants to make an investment in, we're going to call it a marketplace investment, of 300 gold, what you will buy is an item of curiosity that piqued your interest. We won't actually define what that item is until it has an important spot in the plot. So what you are basically buying is a future plot point that you can carry on your person. It's not a magic item, it's not a weapon, it's not going to give you any bonus, but it might activate something in the story.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Similar,
I'm barely spending my money.
So-
on it.
similar to how Ian bought a double-headed coin in the bazaar a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, spend 300 gold on a curious item that you found, and we won't actually have to define what this curious item is
Khalil
until you
have
find a
300
use for
gold?
it.
I think Khalil is
Is
like
the item lightly
the most-
touched by mystery?
I would say it's greatly touched by mystery. It's something that piqued your interest when you saw it in the shop and decided to spend 300 gold on it, despite the fact that it doesn't look very useful.
I think Khalil is like the perpetually most poor member of the party.
Dude, I give away my gold. So
Yeah,
don't
Arik
even-
is actually
Um,
also poor.
so it's not quite a banana. Is it more like an apple?
No, it's not. It doesn't have the power of a banana. This is like
Okay.
Ian was in a situation where he needed the double-headed coin, and I'm like, oh, well, you could have bought that earlier, so we'll just give that to you.
Yeah.
So something like
Okay.
that.
So like an inverted banana.
Think of it this way: you can buy something that is similar to like the trinkets page in the PHB.
Yeah.
That was the reference, by the way.
Right.
Yeah,
All
Tarin will
right.
totally buy one.
All right, so
Sure,
just-
but I have no gold.
Then I guess you're not buying one.
I'm not buying one now.
Tarin, you have like 3 really important downtime things you wanted to do.
Actually, I don't know that they're all that relevant anymore.
They're not? Okay, so
Now that everything's been... I mean, the main thing I wanted to do is I was going to cast some dreams and talk to some people, but most of the plot ends tying up on their own. I think I've fixed that. Let me just double check.
Well, who all did you want to talk to?
I was really going to, talk to people back in Garrison, get, stay in communication, make sure that things on the ship were going well, but, I mean, pretty much all that's been tied up.
That can basically be handled with sendings. And, I mean, you guys are in town, we'll say, for about a week.
Okay.
So, I mean, you heal up all your damage, you get all your hit dice back. Zook didn't use his amulet once this session.
I was trying to save it because I burned the shit out of it last time. Also, never really came up.
And we did establish that if you go 7 days without using it, it'll recharge and you can use it safely.
Yeah, and we're spending a few days in Garrison, so whatever. So I'm hoping it'll be more or less charged.
Herr Tyrell.
Trying to figure out why this sheet is not doing what I want it to. It's starting to annoy me.
So, loose plot points. You want to just go down the list of all the loose plot points, all the story things that haven't come back yet?
Yeah.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
You guys have missing dragon powder.
Yep.
Oh, that was it. That's what I'm forgetting.
Okay.
And a missing alchemist.
Well, yeah, but that's not
Oh
important.
yeah, you can speak to him in his dreams.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to cast Dream on Evander and see if anything happened.
Okay. And you're not able to connect to him.
Okay.
I mean, you cast the spell, and you enter the dream world, and you're looking around, and lots of onions, but no Evander.
How many flumps are falling from the sky?
In Tarin's dream, probably a lot. Like, a few million.
All of them.
That's the second time you use your dream. The first time you try to attempt to use the spell, because as far as I know, this is the first time you've ever tried to do it.
Yeah.
The spell gets intercepted. You try to seek out Evander in the dream world. But instead, you find yourself in a dark stone throne room. In what looks to be a ruined castle. Like, it looks like this place has been torn apart by powerful magic at some point. The walls are blackened as though by fire. And a great storm rages in the sky. It's not raining, but there's electricity and darkness. And sitting on the throne, slumped forward, as though defeated, exhausted, is a mind flayer.
Hello.
And
I'll say into its mind.
And you speak to it in its mind, and you try to reach its mind, and it's not there. You try to communicate with his mind flayer telepathically, knowing that these creatures imbibe psychic energy, and you can't find its personality. There's nothing to speak to.
Yeah, 8 hours.
Eat it, get psychic resistance.
And I mean, this you're alone in this room with this comatose mind flayer for as long as you let the spell go.
Yeah, I'll spend the 8 hours studying and trying to get every detail of the place, taking notes in my head.
Trinsics.
Intrinsics.
After that, I'll let the spell fail, or,
Okay.
End.
Drop.
You're not able to glean a lot of information from the room. And the Mind Flayer himself is dressed in what at one point would have been finery, but he's seen battle. And, I mean, his armor is slashed open, the robes are tattered and worn, he's stained with blood. There are no other corpses in the room. And when you look at the creature up close, it's definitely breathing, it's definitely alive, but it's like its personality was stolen out of it. So there's still life inside it, but it can't speak and it can't hear. You don't glean a lot of information about the surroundings, but what you know about the dream spell is that some consciousness had to have intercepted it. Something saw that you cast the spell and then stepped in the way of it to show you this image. Like something gave you this dream on purpose.
Right.
And then you wake up and you're like, well, that was a waste of a fucking spell. And you take a long rest, and then the next night you cast Dream and you can't find Evander.
And then
So,
you're like, well, that's a
I
waste
take
of a fucking spell.
Spells don't really cost me anything.
Eldove counterspells it.